Morning, everyone. Hopefully our last Monday morning doing this remotely. With a bit of luck. Alright, so we'll start with homework. So I asked you to do part B, which was 3a minus 4b minus c. And we are putting in 1 in place of A, 2 in place of B, and 3 in place of C. Okay, so the first one is 3 times 1, which is 3. Second one. So the 4 is a minus and the 2 is a plus. So the signs are different, which means we get a minus. And then 4 times 2 is 8. And then we just have minus 3. Okay, so we can do that on our calculator. 3 minus 8 minus 3 is minus 8. Yeah? That was 2b. Okay, so 3b then. I'm just going to take it down and then I'll... So q bracket or plus p. Q bracket or plus p. What's q? Q is 1. So 1 bracket. Or is 2. 2 plus p is minus 3. Okay, so we need to do the bracket first. So 1. Now we have this plus minus beside each other. Different signs give you a minus. So the plus minus gets changed to a minus. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. And then here we have a plus 1 multiplied by a minus 1. So different signs give you a minus. And 1 by 1 is 1. And that's that one. Okay. Number 4. D is 5bc. Okay, so we put in 5 is 5, but in place of B we're putting in a 3, and in place of C we're putting in a 2. Now brackets just mean multiply, so this is simply 5 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2, which is 30. Question 6. A is a squared plus 2a plus b. A is 4, so we get 4 squared plus 2 times 4 plus b is 3. Okay, so 4 squared, this bit here, remember that means 4 times 4, so 4 times itself, so that is 16. The next one is a plus 2 multiplied by a plus 4. So the signs are the same, which means we get plus, and 2 by 4 is 8. And then we have the 3 at the end. And 16 plus 8 plus 3 in my calculator is 27. Okay, and then 7. A is the last one. So A plus B over B plus C. Okay, so I have it written over here. So A is 1 plus B is 4 over B again is 4 plus C is 5. So the top line is 1 plus 4, which makes 5. And the bottom line is 4 plus 5, which makes 9. And I would use, remember we used the fraction button? Type that fraction in and see if it simplifies. So type 5/9 into your calculator, check if it simplifies. It doesn't. So it's just 5/9. Okay, so they are your 5 homework questions. -8, -1, 30, 27, and 5/9. Okay, so if there's any of them you weren't sure about, just pause the video, go back, listen to it again, and if there's anything you still don't get, just let me know. Okay, so that was the first thing, which was evaluating expressions. Okay, this is the second thing. Adding and subtracting, and I'm just going to add in a word there. Whenever my pen works. Yeah. Adding and subtracting like terms, okay? We did a little bit of this in patterns. This is where you find and combine families. Okay, so you find the families, match them up. I use colours to match them up. And then once you have them matched up, you add or subtract them depending on the question. Okay? Now, the word they're going to use, again, just thinking about our keywords, the word they're going to use in this is simplify. Okay, simplify. So that's basically to make as simple as possible. Okay, so you'll see that in this question a lot. Look, there it is. As if by magic. So simplify each of the following. Okay, so we look at the first one. And what we have is x plus x. Actually, do you know what? Sorry, I'm going to skip this because I think that example is almost confusing. I'm just going to go to the next one. Okay, so again, simplify. I know this looks way harder than the previous one, but it actually makes more sense in terms of teaching the concept. So just bear with me. Okay, so I just have to rewriting that first line again. Okay, so the first thing we do is we match up what are technically called like terms, but what we're calling families. Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to start with green, and I'm going to use green to mark my x's. Okay, so there's 4 x's there, I've just underlined, and is there another x term? There is, it's there. Any more? No. Okay, so next I'm going to use yellow and I'm going to pick out my y term. So there's 1. Is there another one? Yep. And then I have this other term, which I don't know if you remember the word for it. So it doesn't have a letter. So it's called a constant. Okay, so that's my constant term. And there's no other constant terms. So everything else had a letter. That's the only one that doesn't have a letter. So it's on its own. Yeah? So step 2. So I need to add or subtract the like terms, okay? So the way you do it is, let's look at the green first. We have 4 x's there plus 3 x's. So in total, how many x's do we have? We have 4 and 3. So that means in total we have, 7 x's in total. Yeah? Now the next one is the y's, okay? So we have minus 2 minus 5. Okay, so you might want to do that on your calculator, or you can use a number line, but we're starting at minus 2 and we're going 5 steps to the left. So that gives us, if you want to check it on your calculator, minus 7, and that was the Y family. And then we have the last one there, the red one. There's nothing to combine it with. There's nothing else in its family, so we just leave it as it is. Okay? And we can't make that any more simple because all of those are from different families. So we can't do any more adding and subtracting. That's where we have to stop. Is that okay? Okay, so I'm going to do another one. This is just going to be my example. Okay, so let's pick out or match up our families. Okay, so I see that I have an OR family. Now, do I have any more members? I do. There's one there. Is that it? Yes, I think it is. So those two are from the same family, or they are like terms, so we can combine them. We can add or subtract them. The next one then is a T family. Do I have any more? I do. There's the T. Actually, I have a third one. They're all part of the T family. And then I have a 6 here, which has no letter, so it's a constant. And I actually have another one this time. Okay, so once again, I have 3 families, which I have kind of color coded. Okay, so let's start with the green ones, which is the OR family. We can combine them. So it's 2 minus 8. So 2 minus 8 is minus 6 is the total for the OR family. Okay? The yellow ones then, we have plus 3, or just 3, minus 4 plus 9. Okay, so there was 3 parts of this family. So I'm starting with a 3, then minus 4, I'm using my calculator, then plus 9. So that is a total. My calculator says 8. And remember, when it just says a number like that, that's a plus 8. And that is my total for the T family. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the numbers. So I have plus 6, or just 6, plus 2. So 6 plus 2, my calculator just says 8, but we know that a number like that is plus 8. And that was the constant family, so it didn't have a letter. Okay? So that's how you do adding and subtracting like terms. It's 2 steps. You match up the terms and then you add or subtract. Don't forget that when you add and subtract up a family, that you put the letter back in. So if you're adding up the OR family, that when you get the total, you put the letter back in. Okay, you work with the numbers, that's what you do in your calculator, but you have to add the letter back in so that we know. Obviously I have it color coded, but you won't be able to do that in an exam. You'll have to actually put the letter in. Okay? Right. So, for homework. Okay. We're going to go with question 3. These two. Question 4. these two, and where's the one I wanted? Question 6, just 1. All right, so 5 questions again. Again, please only do the ones that are circled. I'm not expecting you to do all of them. Okay, I did 2 examples there in the as I was going through up above. So go back and have a look at them again before you try the homework. Ideally, if you do have some kind of colours that you can do it the same way I did it, the colours are handy. It just makes it more visual. Okay, I'm purposely ignoring the ones with the brackets because we do brackets as we go through the chapter. There's no need to do brackets at this stage because I'm teaching you one skill and I only want to teach you one skill. Okay, so I'm ignoring that question on purpose. Okay, so this is the second algebraic skill you've learned. The first one was substitution, where you replace a letter with a number. And then the one we've learned today is simplifying like terms. And this is where you find the common families and you add and subtract to simplify. This is what your answer looks like in a simplification. So you're not being given values, so you can't evaluate, you can't get an actual answer. So this is what your answers will look like. Okay, they'll be in various bits. Okay, so try those for your homework for Wednesday and let me know if you come across any issues. I know this was meant to be a live lesson, so please do get on to me if there's anything that you wanted to ask in the live lesson. I know generally speaking, people have not been doing that, as in nobody has been coming to me with a problem from the previous homework or anything like that. But if there is anything, please just get on to me, okay? Right, so I will chat to you again on Wednesday. All right, have a good day.